I'll show them where is the space. I'll go to the people. I'll work hard. I'll work for the people. I'll stay among them. Let us see where it will take me. Every woman in this country faces the same thing. Doesn't matter which family she comes from, privileged, underprivileged, or whatever it is. Every woman in this country has an unseen glass ceiling above her and a glass cage around her, which is unseen. When Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana launched a campaign saying, "Stand with her," I hated the design because the her had a mustache supporting her. Who will wish that this kind of a situation upon themselves? Not at all. And I probably am the first daughter in this entire nation being suspended by her own party. I've been standing behind my brother in everything that I can do in my own little way. As a party, whatever post party gave me, I worked through it very sincerely, dedicatedly. I just kept my business, myself, work, that's it. But after the suspension, I am not intending to go back to BRS. I don't intend to join Congress because they have done nothing for the state and they will not do anything. DNA of BJP and mine will never match. So I will not go to BJP. I don't have any differences with my brother, nor with my father. I'm KCR 2.0. I'm the updated version of KCR. No, I'll be the Chief Minister of the state one day. I want to be.
Hello and good evening. Welcome to ThePrint. Joining us today for a conversation is Kalvakunta Kavitha Garu, former MP of Nizamabad, Telangana, and also former MLC. She's going to be on an indefinite hunger strike. She has been on one since last night at Khammam district, protesting about 750 houses of the poor that were razed. She's joining us in conversation to talk to us about why she plans to go on an indefinite hunger strike, her aspirations for a new political party, and what the future holds for her. Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us about the Khammam issue, the indefinite hunger strike that you embarked on, and what you noticed about the 750 houses that were razed.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you, for taking the time and having me here. Khammam is a tragedy, you could say, in Telangana that's happening right now. The way 750 houses were razed down to a rubble within a matter of hours. Number of bulldozers were taken to that place and completely razed down. Small kids who are writing exams, not even allowed to take their books and hall tickets. It was literally a horror show. I don't know what the government will get out of it, but we believe it is all for a piece of 30-acre land. Well, after the entire episode, they've taken all these 750 families, they've shoved them in a small hall with only 2 bathrooms. And in the last 15 days, the DM of the district of Khammam has not even visited the place once, not even once. And there is no medical officer who was given there. There is nobody to take care of their food supplies. So people are just coming there, donating dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever, but no help from the government whatsoever. I mean, the kind of sheer arrogance with which the government has razed down these houses, taken out all of these people, shoved them in a shelter, and just simply forgot about them. Unfortunate. And now they're clearing up the entire land with the same bulldozers, and they're making it look like a nice, clean football field, basically to be given away to some private party. But you would be interested to know that this land actually belongs to the Bhudan Trust land. Bhudan Trust land that was collected across the nation for the distribution of the poor people, right? So it was never distributed among poor. These poor somehow made it there, and they do have the certificate given by the Bhudan board, and they've already applied under GO 58 to the government of Telangana for regularization long time back. BRS did not do it, Congress has not done it, and one fine day Congress suddenly decides that there could be a possibility where we can throw them out. They've encroached upon this land in the guise of saying there are few people who are sitting there illegally. If there are squatters, you can spot them, weed them out. But instead, they have decided to raise everybody out. And today, one of the district ministers, unfortunately, there are three ministers in that district.
Very senior ministers from
Very, very senior, very powerful ministers, all 3 of them. So one of them today holds a press conference saying 450 of them are legal. Now I have to ask, how dare you encroach upon a legally holding property, you tell me? It is Bhudan's property, not government of Telangana's property. So government here in Telangana has become the encroacher, unfortunately. They've encroached upon that land, they've bulldozed the houses, and now they're shamelessly saying we are going to give you double bedroom houses elsewhere. Why would I take it? Why would you come into my house in the middle of the night, raise it down? Who gives you that power, you tell me? This is really unfortunate. Unfortunately, this issue has not been picked up by any national media. It is really worth it. It is a matter of human rights. If there are people who don't deserve to be on that land, please weed them out. Nobody is supporting encroachers. But people who have right, every right, they are being thrown out of their own homes. So today in Telangana, it's like the government can walk in and bulldoze your house anytime for no reason at all. It looks like that. It is an unfortunate situation. We have taken up a fast, indefinite hunger strike because there are many parties which have gone and come like tourists, but they have done nothing. So I have joined hands with one Mr. Visharadan who has Dharma Samaj party. So both of us together went there, looked into the situation, pained by the situation, decided to go to the hunger strike then and there. We told the police in the afternoon when we are doing dharna that we are going to go for a hunger strike unless and until collector comes here to visit the shelter. And look at the arrogance of the collector, he has not come. So many people from Telangana have gone and complained to the President of India, to the department, the DOPT, etc., on the collector himself. Let's see what will come out of it. But then the arrogance is mind-numbing, I must say.
What exactly is your demand? I mean, what do you want from the government?
What are you petitioning for?
Well, since the government is saying 450 of them are legal, or whatever number they decide, whoever is legal, they should get their lands back. The government which has bulldozed their houses should construct a new building and give it to them there at the same spot. Because the value of that property right now is about 40,000 rupees per 1 square meter. So the place where the government wants to give double bedroom houses does not even hold a match anywhere. And forget about all of that. That was their place. Why would you want to, dislodge them from there and send them elsewhere? What for?
Kavitha, you are yet to even launch your political party formally. How do you expect the Congress government to yield to somebody who doesn't have that kind of base right now? I mean,
Well, see, it is a matter of human rights, and I am a person in Telangana who's been running an NGO for as long as 20 years, and I have protested, sat on hunger strike to make sure a statue of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was installed in the State Assembly in the United Andhra Pradesh, not in Telangana, and I got it done. I sat on fast, and Gandhiji has taught us right. If you sit on fast for long enough, if you can hold that courage and strength, moral strength to continue, we will get the results. And today it's not a matter of my own, worth or not. It is a matter of those 750 families, and I am going to make sure they get something out of this.
when are you going to launch your political party?
Well, the plan is to do it in the first week of May. We've applied for the election commission, etc. The paperwork is under process. We will launch it on somewhere around May.
And what's the name do you have in mind?
I'm not going to say it out.
You mentioned that there's going to be Telangana in the name of the party.
Yes, Telangana will be in the name of the party, and also the motherboard of my party will be Telangana ideology. The ideology that is forgotten by BRS. Congress doesn't even know what Telangana is, because this chief minister was the one who carried a gun against the people who were fighting for Telangana. So he doesn't understand
But
Telangana.
the Congress says at the end of the day, Sonia Gandhi is the mother of Telangana as much as your father, KCR Garu, is the father of Telangana.
Well, Congress might say anything, but they were compelled to give Telangana. There was a political compulsion that was given. But yet we've always, people of Telangana are very naive and very good. We've always thanked her multiple times, transcending the party lines. We've thanked her and Sushma ji as well. But the point is, they had to be compelled to give in. They did not give it out of the goodness of their heart or whatever, nor did they notice how much Telangana people were being oppressed. They gave it because we created a political compulsion as a people, as a society, and of course TRS played a major role in that.
Kavitha, we have been interacting with the BJP and BRS leaders through the day. And to be brutally frank, I'm just quoting them. They say Kavitha has lost it. You already have 3 parties in Telangana which are pretty strong. Where is the space for the 4th party?
I'll show them where is the space. I'll go to the people. I'll work hard. I'll work for the people. I'll stay among them. Let us see where it will take me. In this country, everybody has the freedom to launch a political party. I certainly do. So I'll launch it. But then, DK, you should understand the arrogance of these parties also comes from the factor that I'm a woman. They easily tend to, kind of brush it off when a woman wants to take on a new endeavor. I am going to launch a political party and I am going to show what a woman can do, how much can we perform. I'll work hard. It might take some time. That's okay. But I'll work hard. Horrible campaign. Horrible campaign. Of course. Well, definitely. Every woman in this country, faces the same thing. Doesn't matter which family she comes from, privileged, underprivileged, or whatever it is. Every woman in this country has an unseen glass ceiling above her and a glass cage around her. It is unseen. Sometimes it's out of love, sometimes it's a power struggle, sometimes it is financial, whatever it is. Women gets the last bone is the matter of the fact. So in that sense, yes, I said when Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana launched a campaign saying, stand with her, I hated the design because the her had a mustache supporting her. I'm like,
No, he meant to say that men should stand with women.
which is a good thing, not bad, but we don't have space ourselves to stand. You are going to crowd me. That is what happens when men stand with women. A sarpanch's husband is the one who's going to sit in place of the sarpanch. An MLA's husband is going to come sit with in her office and do things for her. But that is not giving us space. So we want our space where we can run our things. If I'm a computer programmer, will my husband come and do the program for me? But when I'm a politician, why should my husband come and do my job for him? So are you saying that politics is so easy or non-serious? Or, what exactly are they saying or unimportant?
What about the heroes in your life? Your husband, your two sons, your father, your brother, your cousin, all of them have been supportive to your cause. You've drawn a lot of inspiration.
Well, the campaign is not personally about me. It is about women of Telangana. When the Chief Minister is saying, stand with her, I am saying, give her space. Don't stand with her. Let her learn. Let her fail. Let her do whatever. Give her space is my personal take on how women should be treated across the world, not only in India. Trust me, I've lived in US and there is much more women discrimination in US than you want to believe. Crazy discrimination. We are better in that sense. We've had a women prime minister long time back. They don't even have a women president till date, being a democracy for the longest time. So discrimination is there across the world. So stand with her is my personal take on how women should be given space. Let them fail, let them learn, but then let them be. That is what I think. Personally, yes, there are many people in my life who help me, which is a good thing. I help them, they help me. So.
If you can take you back to last July when your letter surfaced, the letter that you wrote to your father, can you tell us what happened? We have heard you on this, but again to tell us again, what exactly happened?
Yeah, I have no idea. I am in the habit of writing letter to my father since my childhood. I do that, and it is a private thing between me and my father, and every father and daughter has a different kind of a relationship. Unfortunately, this letter came out, which had some political content. I believe that it was deliberately leaked by few people around my father to kind of disturb the relationship, and that triggered many more things in the state, as you've seen. So I wanted my family to inquire into what happened, which they did not. Tried to brush under the carpet and move on. I was a little adamant on that. And while that was happening, other things happened. And then ultimately I was suspended from the party. So now when I look back and see, the letter episode seems much more negligible compared to my suspension episode. So
was your family involved in that leakage?
I have no idea. That is for them to introspect. That is for them to plug the leaks. Right now, I have nothing to do with BRS, and I hope I will not have anything. And I don't intend to have anything to do with them in the future as well. So it is for them to plug the leaks in their own boat for their own good.
What about your family, though? I mean, the party is an entity, but what about your family?
Family is all good. Family, I speak to mother. I haven't spoken to my father and brother in a long time. But see, family is different. Personal relationship is different and politics is different. It is difficult to draw a straight line. That is why I'm trying very hard. to make sure that I draw a very straight line and I'm only in contact with mother and nobody else. Because in our family, politics is like a part and parcel of family. So I do intend to have launch a political party. So I shouldn't be communicating with other political parties.
You're trying to be so stoic when you say this, but I'm sure internally it must be tugging at your heartstrings. It's not been easy the last 9 months that you've gone through.
Not at all, not at all. Who will wish this kind of a situation upon themselves? Not at all. And I probably am the first daughter in this entire nation being suspended by her own party. Probably in, I don't know, in any party, I've not seen anything like that happen. DK, you must be knowing. You are the senior.
Now, many people talk about or look at your actions in terms of what they call a war of succession. Is it that?
No, it's not that. I have declared that my brother would be the next in line long time back in 2016. And I'm a person of my word. You can ask around in Telangana. I don't commit. If I commit, I don't go back. That is how I work. I've been standing behind my brother in everything that I can do in my own little way. As a party, whatever post party gave me, I worked through it very sincerely, dedicatedly. You've seen me in the parliament as well. I just kept my business, myself, work, that's it. But after the suspension, I am not intending to go back to BRS. I don't intend to join Congress because they have done nothing for the state and they will not do anything. DNA of BJP and mine will never match. So I will not go to BJP. But I am a person who is politically savvy, who wants to work for the people of the state. That is why I decided to launch my own political party. So there is nothing about a succession or anything, but the way situation unfolded after my suspension, I decided to launch a political party.
Last year when I met you, that was after that letter thing was out, and you told me that you were looking forward to tying Rakhi on your brother's wrist.
Yes.
What happened then?
Well, it's way too personal, but it is out there in the media already, so I'll share it with you. I did text my brother saying that I'll come tie Rakhi without the media. He was busy, that's what he said, so I didn't go to tie the Rakhi. It would have been nice, just a personal gesture of tying a Rakhi, quick in and out, but then he said he was busy, so that didn't happen. I didn't want to decode further into that.
No, for somebody who left the US to come back home and support the father in an agitation for Telangana, to come this far where you split from a family, what has led to it exactly? I mean, because there's lots of speculation without any concrete thing coming from either side.
Well, most of it is an enigma to me as much as to you. The reason for my suspension from the party, I am unclear till date, and neither the party has tried to explain. In the suspension letter, they just said it is anti-party activity. That's it. No show cause notice, no word to come explain, no phone call to say anything. They just decided to cut the ties with a soldier of 20 years, just like that.
Did any other senior leaders reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
No.
So when you had accepted your brother as your father's successor, political successor, how come this, this differences between you and your brother?
I don't have any
Cropped up,
differences
I
with my brother, nor with my father, and this is a question for them. But from my side, I can tell you, when there were certain other people in the party who were conspiring against me in a lot of ways, I very boldly put up a press conference in my own party office saying that there are people in the party conspiring against me. But my brother being the working president, KTR being the working president, he didn't even bother to call and check what it was. I'm a party MLC, a women MLC that too. No call even to check what was I going through. And I think we just moved apart. There is no quarrel or no fight on a specific issue or anything.
Are you suggesting that your brother could have been part of this entire plan?
No, I'm suggesting he is a working president and he should have lived up to his responsibility. When some MLC of your party holds a press conference in your own party office saying things like that, you should just at least call. That is your fundamental responsibility.
You mean
Sister
to say the
or
buck
not.
had to stop with him or with your father?
No, somebody, see, you work in an organization. If one of your employees is disgruntled, somebody or the other will talk to him or her, right? Try to understand what's going on, figure out. Nothing, zero.
Why would your father not come to your rescue?
But that's a question for him, not for me again.
Even he has not spoken out.
But he hasn't yet, no? He hasn't spoken out yet. At least in the media, I haven't seen anything.
Did you try to meet him?
No.
Since July, you have never tried to meet him. Why not?
Well, after the letter got leaked, my only request was to figure out who did this. They did not figure out. So, no communication.
We hear the name of some former Rajya Sabha member who is related to you.
I don't know. I don't know. Who leaked the letter? I don't know. I have my doubts, but I don't know. I don't know. That is for the party to figure out. As I said, it is for them to plug their own leaks, to save their own boat. If not, it will be too late. That
What do
much
you
I
think
tell
can go wrong with BRS if they've not set right their house yet, from what you said?
Well, what right now is happening in Telangana is the BRS as a party, as an opposition party, is practically absent. You can just ask around. I mean, you'll know. You can talk to your senior reporters. BJP has failed. BRS has failed. And why is BRS not performing in the municipal elections where once they won almost everything? They have declined way too much. Well, Congress is in power, they might gain some. But this kind of a loss for BRS shows that there is fundamentally something wrong within the party.
Let me go back to a letter where you seem to suggest that your father was going soft on the BJP. Why did you think so?
Well, I never discussed the contents of the letter with anyone. But now that we've moved way too apart, I'll tell you this. I was only speaking about that particular speech of the Silver Jubilee celebration speech. In that speech, he hasn't spoken much about BJP. So I was trying to tell him how the instant reaction from the crowd said that you haven't spoken about BJP and you should have. And I also said, because I don't like them personally, I would have enjoyed, if you bash them a little. That was the intent of the whole letter. And I was only talking about that particular speech. In that entire letter, that is the whole conversation.
So you don't really think anybody in the BRS was...
Oh, right now, I know they are together. I very
BRS and the BJP.
Absolutely. This municipal elections, they have coordinated, worked, floated candidates together, won some, lost some, but then they are in courts. That much I can say.
Yeah, but the BJP says that the Congress, MIM and BRS
When
have
does
come
the BJP
together.
say anything that is true? You
Yeah,
tell
but
me.
they've been constantly declining that,
BJP never says anything that is true. So
when you got out on bail in that so-called liquor scam in which you have been acquitted now, I saw your brother, the family was there. There was no sign of any rift as such till then. When did you start kind of suspecting that there was something going on?
Well, as I said, I will not dwell too much into the details of the family or the party because that ship has really floated way too far. One. Two, when you are in an organization or when you are with a family, you generally try to put up a very united front wherever you go, despite whatever is boiling internally. And that is all what you all got to see. And I will not dwell more into those details. But every family has some of those. We too have some. But then what led to my suspension, what political reason led to my suspension, I am not clear. Party hasn't explained, neither to me nor to the party cadre.
Running a political party requires a lot of resources, patience, work on the ground. How do you manage all that? Right now, it's like your fight, and we see only you in front.
Well, when a person decides to fight, he'll fight or she'll fight. Yeah. So I will.
So what's your vision for the party really?
Well, what is missing in Telangana right now is BRS has now become BRS, which was TRS. So the Telangana soul is missing, and the Telangana name is missing, and Telangana oriented work is also missing. Same thing with Congress. They, in 100 things, Telangana is one thing for them. And BJP, Telangana means nothing to them, because in all these 12 years budget, they did not give us a single rupee, despite getting 8 MLAs, 8 MPs this time also. Zero budget, zero interest of BJP in Telangana. So my party will be a party which will work, which will be more inward focused, state focused. Of course, we'll have a national political affairs committee to just to understand what's happening across India, which will affect us, like something like a Narega, cut down in Narega funds, which will affect the state directly. But other than that, my party will be 100% focused inwards into Telangana. We will work to restore the identity of Telangana that we have now kind of on a losing ground after 10 years of BRS and 2.5 years of Congress. Many of the things that we fought for, I fought for personally sitting on the roads during Telangana agitation, most of them are unfulfilled. And these are softer issues, cultural oriented issues, but that is what was very, very important for the region when we were trying to assert our own identity. Most of them are unfulfilled. And when it comes to developmental issues, 3 issues were fundamental. Neelu, Nidulu, Niyamakalu, Yane Pani. Niyamakalu is employment, Nidulu is funds. So in terms of water, from both Godavari and Krishna, we haven't done anything extraordinary which was there, which was not done in United Andhra Pradesh. Many thousands of crores being invested into Kaleshwaram and also the other project, big project on Krishna, Palamuru Rangareddy. But net result is not great. I mean, after 189,000 crores spent on Kaleshwaram, the land that is irrigated now, additional land irrigated in Kaleshwaram, new ICAT created is only about 1 lakh acres. So you spend 89,000 crores, 1 lakh additional, ICAT is being generated. In Palamuru Rangareddy, they've spent around 27,000 crores. 0 acres is being generated from there. So the main motto of development, water, for which we fought for 60 years, is not fulfilled, and that is the gap I wish to fulfill.
But Telangana has also achieved the highest, rice cultivation in the country. It couldn't have been that the Kaleshwaram project or the Palamuru Rangareddy project didn't get anywhere.
Palamuru Rangareddy project definitely did not get anywhere. Kaleshwaram could stabilize water in certain areas. To the tail end areas where water, could not reach with great difficulty, after Kaleshwaram came in, that stabilization of certain ICAT has happened. And from the formation of Telangana, except I think 1 year or so, rest of all the years had extremely good monsoon. So that was another boon. But what actually helped Telangana was one project designed by KCR Garu, that is Mission Kavitha, which revamped the tanks of Telangana. So the water table level, etc. That spent very less money on that, but very, very useful program. So the programs on which they spent a lot of money did not yield good result. The programs on which they spent very less money yielded good result. But not all tanks have been taken up as well. So,
Kavitha, you say that your party would be focusing on Telangana identity. But the fact is, your father is seen as being instrumental in the creation of the state. Now that you have parted ways, why would the people believe you more than your father? Because your father will be campaigning for the BRS anyway.
because I'm KCR 2.0, I'm the updated version of KCR. And KCR Garu and his contribution to the formation of the state of Telangana is undeniable, unmatchable. There is no doubt about it. But what happened after the creation of the state, that is what hurt people most. Why did BRS lose the election? And that is the only reason why I will win an election over them. And that will be the only reason why people will choose me over them.
So in the last 15 years, I mean, by the end of this term, it would have been 15 years by the time Telangana had been created. So the aspirations of the people would have changed a great deal.
Yes.
At that point in time, it was all about Telangana for ourselves. But now with Telangana growing, leaps and strides, the aspirations of the people are so important. As much as the identity of Telangana remains its undercurrent and its soul,
100%.
how are you aligning yourself to the new reality of Telangana? Because 15 years is a new generation altogether.
5 years is a new generation nowadays. But that's why I said I'm KCR 2.0, because KCR Garu worked very hard to get the state. But in addressing the aspirations of the people of Telangana, somewhere they took a back seat, and that kind of escalated. People gave 2 chances, but zero result. So now you see it will be very, very difficult for BRS to survive the upcoming election. Point one. Point two, for me, who's floating a new party, I have an advantage of having the connect with the youngsters of the Telangana, especially with the women of Telangana. That I believe is the core area where I can connect. And fulfilling the aspirations of Telangana's women and youth will be my main agenda. But of course, the people who worked very, very hard to get this state, the Marshals families of Telangana, or the freedom fighters of the Telangana that we call, those are the people also who are today rallying with me, and I'm working towards fulfilling their aspirations as well. So I believe by addressing these 4 core areas and many more areas which we are focusing, I'll be able to create great impact in Telangana political scenario. We have floated about 50 committees
Yes,
to
I was
work
going to
into
ask you.
I want to understand in the last 12 years what has happened in Telangana, how each sector has grown, what is the expectation of people from different walks of life. So we floated 50 committees, and we are doing a very, very thorough preparation of what we should promise to the people, and how can we deliver it. We're thinking to that length where how will I deliver the promises. Unlike the Congress, which has miserably failed, which they have promised everything under the sun and failed miserably. I don't want to do that. I want to give very clear, simple promises which I will fulfill.
Political adversaries we have been speaking, they say that you will be the Congress party's B team. Now, this is one charge that will keep cropping up in coming months and years. How do you counter that?
Well, when my father floated a party, they called him a stooge of Congress, they called him a stooge of TDP. So, whenever any new regional political party will come up, you will be called somebody's A team or B team, not to be taken seriously. The drive that I have, and the belief that I have in myself, and the goals that I have for the people of Telangana, I do not, I do not need anybody's support to carry out that agenda. And just because I'm a woman, many a time this thing comes up that, oh, she must be supported by Revant Reddy, oh, she must be supported by her father. No, it's not. I'm not a satellite. I can shine bright myself. I'm not a satellite to anybody. And I hope people of the nation understand that, and I will prove it in some time that I'm my own person standing alone.
Yeah, so you're a star in your own right. How does it feel to be the leader of your own party today?
Well, we're way too responsible. I've changed as a person the moment I realized that, oh, now I am number one and I am the person responsible for everything, starting from the political karyakarta safety to designing the manifesto to contesting the election to every damn thing. So it feels a lot more responsible, but also liberating in a way where I can create my own path. I can work in my own style. I can imbibe fresh ideas from many people, which earlier I couldn't because I have to dance under the square, right? But now I can design that. So it feels good.
Right.
You'll still be seen as an offshoot of a 26-year-old party, and given their organizational, strength, the leadership that they have, and how daunting is it going to be for you? I mean,
It won't be. In fact, it will be very helpful for me. The legacy of BRS and the legacy of KCR Garu will only help me win more credibility among the people. Now, when I say something, people will only take me more seriously because she's KCR's daughter. बाप ने अच्छा किया है तो बेटी भी अच्छी करेगी, something or the other.
परवरिश अच्छी.
So that will help me, and I'll turn it positive to me. I won't see it as a baggage.
but it's not going to be so easy getting out of his shadow.
Not at all, not at all. You work hard enough, you can run, you can get out of any shadow.
Let me talk about that so-called licorice scam. Now that you have been acquitted, you had to spend several months in jail because of that. Does it still haunt you, or have you gotten over it now?
The time in the jail?
Yes, and now that the acquittal has happened, you have been discharged.
Yes, it feels great. There's a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders. But then see, no matter how good I feel, nobody is going to give me that 5.5 months of my life back to me, right? Nobody can, fulfill that time. They do whatever. I think there should be a system in our judiciary where, people can be punished for doing that, putting wrongful cases on you. I don't know if that is possible. Many people are asking me now, why don't you file a defamation? I said, forget it. It was a political case. We'll fight it out
Of
politically.
course, under Article 32, you can go to the court and seek compensation and whatever else you want.
I know, but we are politicians. We have to fight our battles among the people. I believe more in that. Legal battles are for other things. This is a political case, not a personal case.
So those 5.5 months in jail, at that point, your relations with your family were still good, manageable. Did this thought ever cross you that at one point on a given day you'd be the head of your own political party?
Define good is what I would say. So there was a lot under the plate. That's what I was trying to tell you. But anyway, I didn't expect that I'll be suspended from the party. Once I got suspended, I really felt very insulted and very, very hurt. I decided to resign for the MLC and also party as well. Usually, suspension doesn't mean termination or expelling, but then the way it was done, very unceremoniously, I had to quit.
Kavitha, when I first met you, that was 2014 when you entered the Lok Sabha, and then we used to talk in the Central Hall of Parliament. Those days, you were the party's face at the center, so you were looking at the national scene. From there to getting into state politics, how has this transition been? How difficult has it been, or is it going to be?
Well, it is good, very empowering in a way that you understand national politics and then now you are a part of the state politics. So it helps quite a lot. You have a lot of exposure than many other politicians who have only been in the state rung. So when you look at the national politics, you understand how other states function, you understand how other countries function, you understand A to Z of the economy, foreign policy, everything that is going to affect your state. I believe people who have worked in the center can be much better chief ministers because they understand a lot of processes. They understand a lot of, there is a lot of strength in being in Delhi. One should be there at least for a
system
term.
view.
You'll know a lot about the nation basically.
When you get into a new venture, generally you have some idea about, some kind of ideal, some precedent, and something that inspires you, guides you. What is it for you?
No, I'll be the chief minister of the state one day. I want to be. Because I've seen the power in one signature, what one signature can do to the people. And if there is a good person who is sitting on that chair, a lot of good can be done to the people. And our people need a lot of good chief ministers. And what we have seen after Revanth Reddy, we really need good people in that chair. And I'm going to try to be there one day.
So you're planning to be the first woman chief minister of Telangana?
Yes, touchwood, I hope so.
So we still
in fact, even Andhra Pradesh never had a women's CM.
Yes.
Of all 33 people, not even a woman anywhere.
We see the same thing there. Shamila had to quit her party and move to the Congress. Again, the same family problem.
Well, it's for her to tell her side of the story. I can't talk about it.
We still have some time for the elections. Of course, you need a lot of leaders with you. Even as you're building your entire team, you have your committees ready. You've always stood for women reservation. I remember the last time you went on a dharna, you were holding placards here, Delhi, everywhere probably. Would you be more open to giving women tickets or making women leaders in your party?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we are launching a program called The Leader where we plan to go and train women at the constituency level as well. And I really do want to bring in more new and fresh faces. See, when NTR Garu floated a party, he brought in so many new leaders, many new leaders. In fact, my father is also a product of TDP. Then when KCR Garu floated a party, he got in many more new people. I would like to do the same, but my ratio of women will be certainly way more than what both those men did. I will try very hard to bring in as many women as possible and as many youngsters as possible. I really like what Mamta Di and Navin ji has done in that sense. I've sent a lot of women to Parliament and Assembly. It's a great thing.
Since leaving your party, you have been on constant agitation mode. Some dharna here, some hunger strike there. I mean, is that something that is going to define your coming the next political course? Some dharna, agitations.
Well, when there are friendly governments and when there are governments who are responsible and accountable for the people, your action will be different. When there are governments who won't, even listen to you no matter what is happening to the people, then you have to speak their language, what they understand. So dharnas and agitations are not easy to do, by the way, very difficult. See, look at the faces of my cadre. They're so tired. Last 3 days we have been out on the roads continuously working. It's not easy, trust me. But then what drives you to do that is to make sure that one small crack, one small victory somewhere will give a hope to a lot of people. One small victory. So I've taken this yatra called Janambata, where we have traveled to districts. The concept of the yatra was for me to go to the problem, not for the people from there to come represent to me. So when I traveled and we worked on few of the problems, and I'm so happy in that small time we could solve 10, 15, many problems, 10, 15 problems which are pending from many years. So it's interesting how, governments respond when you talk to them in their language and make sure it happens, because at the end of the day it helps people. So that probably won't be my go-to rule book that ki kuch bhi bole dharna karo, ye karo. I don't want to do that. When you become a political party, you have to have a very sharp, visible army as well. But then that won't be the modus operandi.
Kavitha, we have a lot of questions, but I know you're on hunger strike,
you,
and
yes.
it was very unfair to make you talk for long. Just one last question from me. What if your father calls you one day and say, "I'm sorry, come back"?
Come back to BRS?
Yes.
No, I will not. I want to launch my own party, work in my own style, independent political party that is not connected to BRS, BJP or Congress. Telangana needs that. In fact, India needs that.
But would you be open to leaders who align with your vision from the other parties to come on board in Telangana Jagruthi or whatever your party is going to be called?
Yeah. Them joining me?
Are the doors open?
I think I'll be very picky because many of these leaders have looted people left, right and center. So I don't want to carry their baggage to the people. I will be very selective and it'll be a little bit more work, but then I want to give a clean party to the people of Telangana.
Thank you so much for sparing time for us.
Wish you good luck.
Thank you.